friend failed a test or something, I wouldn't judge them for that. Like, do better next time. It's okay. So, yeah. I'm definitely not as critical of other people.
So what do you like about your friend? Is this your roommate?
Yeah. I don't know, she's just a great person, just fun to hang out with.
Are you nervous when you hang out with your friend?
About hanging out with her?
Yeah.
No.
What do you guys do together that's fun then?
We'll do all sorts of things. We'll watch movies together and stuff. Sometimes go for walks. But I mean, still sometimes like I'm not anxious about hanging out with her. It's that I still worry about other stuff that I should be doing when hanging out with her.
So, you are still worrying about other stuff when you hang out with her?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But sometimes, I was gonna say, it sounds like sometimes when you're hanging out with her, you do have fun, and you're not stressing about her or your performance. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, it's just that I have those racing thoughts of, well, I'm hanging out and it's not always, but like sometimes it'll sneak back in and I can't make it go away, or it's like, oh crap, I should be doing my homework right now, but instead I'm hanging out with her.
Okay, so in the last week, was there a time you did get to hang out?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
We like made dinner and we had pasta. It was good. And, we watched a horror movie because it's October, so we gotta keep it Halloween.
Festive.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. But then afterwards, I was like, crap, I have like this assignment that's due tomorrow, and like, then I stayed up like doing it. Not that I sleep that well, anyways. I was kind of kicking myself for not taking care of that.
For not taking care of
The assignment.
the assignment?
Yeah.
And so, did you not have those racing thoughts for part of that time that you were?
For part of it, and then every once in a while I think, shit, I should be doing that, but then I
So was that the most relaxing time you had probably in the last week, or were there?
Yeah, I think so.
Were there any other times that you were able to do something that you didn't have racing thoughts?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Well, I think that actually is a successful experience then, if you didn't have racing thoughts for part of that time with your friend. So it seems like maybe one of your coping strategies for this stress could be some social time with your friends that you allow yourself, so that you can have some time off of this, of feeling those racing thoughts. Would you say that is maybe a coping strategy you could use once a week to allow yourself?
Yeah, I think so. It's just that sometimes, like I said, when I'm doing that stuff, I'm worrying about other stuff I should be doing. So sometimes, like, I want to be there having fun, but then it's like I can't. If those thoughts come into my head, it's like I can't push them out.
Right. Well, have you ever used the coping technique of writing a list down, so you know you've got it there, and you know it's not going to be forgotten, and then maybe you could go and watch a movie with your friend and then come back and get right on to your homework? Would that possibly be a technique you could use, or do you already use that maybe already?
I think that could help, because sometimes I'm worrying about, like, I have to keep this stuff on my head so that I don't forget that I have to do all these other things.
Right.
So maybe writing it out would be helpful, because then I have it there and it's solidified, and I know I won't forget it if I can go back and read it.
That would be great. Would you be willing to try that this week then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and how about at work? you might already have a calendar or something. Is there some kind of tools you already use at work like that to write down what your responsibilities are so they're there and you can check them off and maybe get some feeling of control over those concerns?
Yeah, I think I could do that. Because there are certain things that need to get done each day, and sometimes the schedule is different depending on the day.
Do you already have some measures you use at work to keep track of your responsibilities?
Not really. We kind of just, like, usually, there's a supervisor there who kind of knows and, like, delegates and makes sure all the stuff gets done. But lately, I've been, like, working for the supervisors, so that's kind of my responsibility.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, because it's like, if you forget to do something or something goes wrong, it's kind of on you.
I actually really think that's amazing that you've kept track of this much stuff, school and work, without, you must have a great memory to keep track of that without a list. So I do think maybe if you try that, see if it could help, maybe you wouldn't have to keep track of that, even though I think it's amazing that your mind is able to keep track of that much stuff. I wish I had that much memory in my mind. So that's amazing you can do that. So try that. Commit to trying writing those lists down, calendar, whatever. Maybe you'll want to explore what works best for you.
Mm-hmm.
And keep track of. I mean, I lose paper, so I don't know if you'd want to. Do you have a phone or do you have a calendar that you already?
Yeah, I think actually I like to put. I can use, because sometimes I'll put grocery lists like in the notes of my phone, but I think I could do that with other stuff too, because my phone is just something I'll always have with me and can check, and if I'm thinking about it, I could like put it in my phone and then put it away.
Okay, so let's try that this week. If you could try to be aware of when you're feeling nervous, that one of their strategies is you could go to writing a list and see if you can commit to doing that behavior, if it helps curb some of that anxiety, and check back. We can see how that worked. I wanted to also explore some other strategies for feeling nervous. What other things do you do for self-care as far as sleep and exercise? Are there any routines that you already have a part of your daily life?
You know, I like to work out, but lately I don't have any time to do stuff for myself, I feel like.
Sounds like you have a lot of other responsibilities. So, how about the sleep?
Well, I don't know, I find myself like having racing thoughts and having a hard time going to sleep. And then even after I sleep, I don't feel that well rested.
So does that, in the last week, have you had a good night's rest?
Maybe like, and actually it helps to work out. So it's kind of like, if I can work out, then I'll sleep better. Like, then I'm trying to work out and then I don't sleep very well.
So you have had times where you have worked out?
Yeah, but it just seems like it's been fewer and further between since school started back up.
What kind of workout did you used to do?
Sometimes I'll go to the gym. I like to do like elliptical or bike, and I like just like going for walks or hikes too.
So that does seem like that would take more time. Do you like to go for walks? Is that one of the things you said? Do you think that maybe you could even go on one walk a week?
Yeah, and I think that's something my roommate would like to, that she'd do with me, so.
Okay, well, along with these lists, maybe on that list you could write a few things this week that you could use to cope with when you're feeling anxious. And it sounds like it's pretty overwhelming when feel this anxiety and you even feel like it's attacks your value when you're not getting things done and doing a great job or a job that's acceptable to your standards. So I just like you to work on the listing those things that would help you cope when those feelings arise. Obviously you can't go out for a walk every time you're at work, but just if there is a chance that you're feeling like you're not being productive, you're not being able to do your homework, and maybe just take a walk and come back and maybe see if that helps you work more productively, even just once a week.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also just, before we have to go, I'd just like you to entertain being mindful that your value is, if I could propose, is you're a human being, you know. It is separate from even what your performance is. I don't know if you have kids, but I tell my kids, when you were a baby, you just pooped and ate and slept. You didn't do anything for me, and I already valued you. So maybe just, I don't know, entertain that idea that maybe your actions don't have to necessarily attack who you are. They could be separate from you, and they could be things that you want to be achieving your goals and things that you want for your life, but maybe try to this week take that aside from yourself if you'd be willing to.
Okay, I could try that.
I enjoyed meeting with you this week. I always enjoy meeting with you. I hope that